welcome back to part 2 of Distant Nights, episode 10. It says Cont 10 at the top of my screen, I can't read that. Anyway, read the first part. So, you guys, we fixed Rick's character sheet because he's just been retarded. So, you guys, on the planet, is there anything else you want to do here? Or are you going to, head on back up to the ship afterwards, or you going somewhere else? What's the plan?
Should I still roll?
Yeah, go for it. Let's see how well you do with your shooting. Shootings, you can take, add +3 for aim action. Add, so +5 for aiming and range class and stuff.
And Rick, remember to open the right character sheet this time.
Yes.
Shut up. I lost my character sheet. Where the fuck is it?
Not again!
Oh god.
It wasn't.
I got it. Shut up. So I have heavy weaponry. Oh, support weapons. Yes.
Dexterity, basically a dex roll +5.
Proficiency.
Ooh. +5.
5.
You have no. You've got no dex?
Wait, I forgot to add my dex. Hold on, let me see. My dex is extra 4.
Okay. So, now that Rick's learned how to count, you do reasonably well with the new weapon. Not at any kind of range, but it does seem that the weapon might be designed for short range, which is quite good.
Yeah?
Now that Liz shot,
Yes.
is it possible for me to shoot at the same target from a longer distance?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
The target's sort of only like 3 meters away from her.
Yeah, and I want to shoot from like, what is the range? I forgot it. 200 meters away or so?
You could move the target 200 meters further back if she lets you, I suppose.
Oh, is it like an indoor
Yeah.
shooting? Ah, okay.
You're not just going to be allowed to just shoot roughly in her direction at a target and hope not to hit her. It's like an indoor shooting range. I don't know, because
disappointing.
murder laws exist.
We'll maybe allow them to take effect.
Okay.
Health and safety, complain when you do that. Health
Damn
and
it.
safety get unhappy when people get sued because other people do murders. That's just how it be.
Okay.
They don't be it think like that, but that's how be it.
Well done.
Yes.
So,
By the way, how much money would they spend on this again?
it cost you 1 credit to get in?
No, I mean the gun in total. There's like 1,000 something.
The gun cost you 950. You also spent 200 on shells. So that's 1,150, Rick. So 1,151, and do mark down that if you're shooting range, you're going to have to use a number of shells. You probably want to mark down 1 or 2 clips.
Yeah.
Probably 2 clips, I'd say. Which is 16 shells.
Let's see. 100 clips. No, not anymore.
And the clips were 20 credits each.
How is the gun called again?
Well, if you had the book open, you'd know that. The gun you are using is the SR-96 Fatality. SR-96-Fatality. So, while Rick does maths, what are the rest of you guys doing? Once, yeah, afterwards. Are you guys just gonna hang around on the planet and then head back, or what's the plan?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try to
but-
continue getting into contact with you, Sandra. Just gonna try again, I guess. Calling her.
Okay. Sure. You try and ping ping the station through subspace again. Unfortunately, you can't get a response from her data slate.
Right. Fair enough. Can I try to search for like a way to get into contact with her, like an alternative medium, potentially?
The alternative medium is go there.
Right.
There's not much else, not in the way of alternatives, really.
Right. Fair. Yeah.
Do we have enough food supplies on the ship?
Sorry?
Food supplies, like, can we, like, do we have, like, what do we have on the ship?
Yeah, you guys have got shit tons of rations and stuff. Because the
Okay.
ship was designed for a much larger crew than you. And, oh no, because you had it for a year, didn't you? So never mind. What do you guys have in the way of food? It should be noted down.
It isn't.
It isn't. Great.
Anyone
Okay,
ever knows
cool.
it down.
So, what kind of food do we have? Do
Like
we
to
have,
you
like,
bought a whole bunch at some point. Oh, you've got lunch bars. I believe you have like
I bought like
1,000 lunch bars or something stupid.
I
Yeah.
did buy something stupid but that was last campaign, if I remember correctly. But
I think you did it with
feel
the, I
it
think you did it
still-
with this ship as well.
I think
Did
it
I?
was still
Yeah.
lost us now, even though it was lost campaign.
Yeah,
By the way,
it
how
was-
much did that EVA set cost again? It was like...
1,000 credits.
1,000.
Okay. There we go, up to 90 money.
So,
Yes.
food supplies.
Oh, fuck, man. That.
You have lunch bars. You as Lilo know how much Lewis likes his lunch bars. And
Oh.
you as Ray know how much you don't like lunch bars.
I hate lunch bars.
That's fair. If you want to get something more exotic, you can spend some credits to do so.
Do we have... Wait, do we have nothing else than lunch bars on the ship?
You have water.
Assuming I have like shit ton of alcohol. Wouldn't you get
Okay,
Yeah.
as
You
soon
also
as
got
Ray
alcohol, yeah.
realizes that... As soon as Ray realizes that we don't have anything else than lunch bars, she's like instantly turning to Liz. We need food.
Good call. Yeah. Let's see if we can get some supplies somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, we look for something.
Yeah.
There's a number of shops around where you buy that sort of thing. So yeah, you can get some basic supplies without too much difficulty. To sort of speed things up, what roughly are you looking for?
Good food.
Okay. Are we talking fresh
Yeah,
food?
right,
Are we
fresh.
talking stuff that will keep for a while? Are we talking like tins, cans of food? Are we talking?
Some fresh food and a lot of food to last us for a while, I suppose.
Yeah, it says it too. So, like
Right, okay.
for a month, stuff for a month, and stuff that like holds for.
Knowing Charlissandra, a lot of meat.
Right. So
Like,
stuff that will last for a little while, and then stuff that lasts for
2
yeah.
weeks or so. Like fresh stuff and
canned stuff.
stuff that holds long.
Okay. Okay. You're not going to find anything particularly familiar here, and Hex would probably die of an aneurysm if I started going through names, because it's all going to be in Old Dwelingui. Because almost all the food you're going to find here is Dwelingui native stuff. Ray,
Is it like
with your upbringing,
yes.
you're familiar with a lot of it,
nice?
so you can basically guide the others around stuff that's decent.
Do they have Volpatinger meat?
No, not here.
Okay.
Is there anything like AI related that I can get? Like in terms of like batteries or
Computer
whatever?
chips.
There's quite a lot of AI related stuff. You can buy bodies here if you want.
No. I mean like food, like power.
Computer chips.
You don't really eat. Power is not food.
How do I like? There is a
Is that-
charging process, isn't there?
Yes,
power
you recharge.
flavorer.
Do I do that just by hooking into the ship or something?
I assume so.
I'd like to
Okay.
imagine he has a device that flavors the power or something.
Is there also any dev kits that can help us code the thrusters. Sorry.
Not that you're going to buy. That kind of stuff you
Right.
basically go onto the Linux forums and download, or the equivalent of.
Right.
Um,
Can I do some research into that?
you want to do that on the planet?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I need to like roll digital something.
Yes, no, this is
Yeah,
not
go and go
Stars and
give me a
Lasers.
technical digital.
It starts on
Let's
Linux.
say technical. I have 4. Digital, I have nothing.
It gets shortened to Stars and Lasers so that you can't call it Star Guns and Laser Ships.
Starships and Laserguns.
Yes.
Star
Right.
guns for laser ships.
Oh, right.
11. You don't really know your way around the digital side of things.
Right.
It's the sort of thing you want to get Kit to help you with.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
But would I know if there's any open source? Actually, never mind. I wouldn't. Never mind. Essentially free stuff. But yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll wait until we get back to the ship for that.
okay. Yeah, so, you guys eventually, unless there's anything else you three want to do.
The food supplies, how much do they cost?
Oh, sorry. How much are you getting?
As I said, like stuff that lasts for a month. Some fresh stuff, some not fresh stuff, I guess.
Okay. Fresh food will not last a month. Fresh food will last a
but-
week. Well, it won't even last a week.
like-
It'll last half a week. 6 days.
Fresh food for the week, and then for the rest of the 3 weeks, not fresh, of course. So 1 week fresh, 3 weeks not fresh.
Months aren't 4 weeks.
Oh, what?
They're close. They're slightly more than 4 weeks. So
Yeah,
it's gonna. The fresh food will last you about 6 days, so about half a week, 6-7 days is pretty much the extent you're gonna get out of fresh food. Any longer than that, and it'll start to go bad.
Okay.
Probably.
As I'll start to walk away.
Yes, and then the rest of the 50 days for the month. It's,
Even if you refrigerate them, like
yeah. I mean, if you want fruits and stuff like that, it will go bad quite quickly. A lot of that stuff will not last too long. I mean, even realistically, you try leaving like all that kind of stuff around for like 2 weeks, and it'll go bad. Which is how long you're looking at for an actual week. So anywhere to 1 week or 1 week to 2 weeks is sort of, you're kind of pushing the line at that. And so, yeah, that'll cost you, I'd say, let's say 50 credits for all of it.
15 or 15.
50. 50.
can't we
Okay.
freeze dry it?
Hmm?
Have like freeze dried food.
Yeah, that's, what do you call it? That's, long-term stuff. Stuff that will keep for a
Yeah.
while.
Okay.
I'm not considering that fresh.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah,
Um,
cost you about 50 quid. 50 credits.
it's about a month worth of food, right?
Yes, so you guys have food for 1 month now. At this point.
Who's going to pay that?
And I believe it's Callium, is it not? So yeah.
Also, can I get with the fresh food some like baking stuff like flour and stuff like that?
Yeah, you're sort of in the place to find the stuff that you know how to bake with, at least traditionally.
Yeah.
To find traditional baking kind of stuff. You're in the right place for that. You can do that pretty cheap. 50 marks, I'd say, for whatever you need.
15?
50.
Marks?
50.
I'm deaf. I'm sorry. Okay, can I get like
Fun for saying.
how long?
I'll give you a
Like
fucking
how
German then.
long will that like be good?
I mean, that kind of stuff, that'll last for... some of it won't last forever, but some of it will last, like, near indefinitely. Like, flour just doesn't seem to fucking go off, but, like, eggs and, milk and that kind of stuff doesn't last long, so you probably want to be doing this within the week.
Okay, can I like get enough of the flour and so on that I could basically do stuff 10 times and everything else like 40 times or so. Like everything that goes bad quickly 2 times, everything else that takes super long time 10 times.
Sure. Okay, make it 2 credits then.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's reasonable.
How much have you spent on food? And it's 30 days?
No, it's 51 for Callium.
Okay. Okay, it's, yeah, that type of, okay. How much have you spent on it?
51 credits.
And
Just,
who's that?
52 credits just then.
Is Charlissandra paying for that? Because we don't have that in ship funds.
How much did you say? Sorry.
52 credits.
Okay. Yeah.
I pay the 2 because that's basically my stuff.
Okay,
Okay.
so 50 credits.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I'm getting poor.
Welcome to the party.
Okay, so you guys heading back up to the ship then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you guys head back up to the ship. Meanwhile, Kit, you have designed a badge
Yeah.
before your friends return. You have done a bit of tinkering. Is there anything in particular? Yeah, that's the point. Maya and Malik, what are you two doing?
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, what are you doing during this sort of 3 days of downtime?
Yeah.
A lot of clicking, apparently.
Right, what's Maya doing? Just sort of, I would imagine she's just sort of roaming the ship, not really doing too much.
Why can't I scan this?
Just sort of getting used to like the entire layout, etc.
Okay, memorizing it, forgetting it, rememorizing it. That's what it does.
just General idea of just sort of wandering around going, this is where I am now. Okay.
Okay.
This is nothing the plan.
Okay, I guess Malik was always like kinda standing by when they called the mechanics and stuff, and when they went down to the planet, I guess roaming around in the ship is a good idea to like get the outlay and stuff, looking into the hangar and
Okay.
where the fuck is the entrance of the ship?
So it is. Yeah.
I thought so. Okay.
This one is the thing, the airlock.
Yes.
You-
Ah.
What floor?
well, yeah. This is where the docking port is, the airlock.
Alright.
You also have the big fucking
So-
hangar right here. That
Yeah.
spans the 2 decks.
So where did they talk to the mechanic?
Here
Ah.
in the airlock room.
Oh, that's good to know.
Okay. Right. So, you're just sort of having a look around, getting to know the ship, having a snoop. You're looking through all their files and seeing what, you know? What they no?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm just looking. Malik is just looking around and making like not going near Kit's room
Okay.
as a general rule.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the stuff on the lowest floor? All the
Cargo bay.
Mm-hmm. That's all cargo bay. Pretty
what's
much.
that?
Place where we store shit.
Storage.
Makes sense.
It is a warehouse, hangar. These are boxes.
Ah.
These are all boxes with stuff in them.
Cool. Okay.
It's all of the
Yeah,
bits
I
and
guess-
pieces that you guys have.
Yeah, no, I guess he's staying on the first and second floor, so on the upper ones, not on the storage ones, like just storage. And he doesn't want to like look like he's spying on them stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's staying on the like first 2 floors, and yeah, looking around in the hangar and in the kitchen. Where's the kitchen?
Work it is on the
Ah, that's where they were talking last session. Wow,
Yes. It's
I'm
almost
getting an
like
overview.
I'm so proud that you looked up in the Distant Nights channel where it's actually labelled.
It's
There's a labelled map pinned in the Distant Nights channel.
Yep.
oh,
By the way, I'm
Sorry, I mean, yes, go for
as
it.
these two people are going around, I'm gonna like similar to when the mechanics
cool.
walked around. Just kind of follow them in my goggles.
Okay, the mechanics will
side
still be
order.
wandering around as well, because they're going to be doing
Yeah.
stuff the whole time. But there's now a lot of mechanics wandering around all over the place, because they're sort of... There's like 20, 30 of them now.
Like inside as well.
They come inside when they need to. The door's
Okay.
left open. If they have to come inside, they come inside, but they're mostly working on the outside. Sometimes, especially in the hangar, they have to come through and replace plates and stuff.
Yeah, that's
But yeah.
but yeah, I'm basically keeping an eye on where people are going. Just to be like,
Okay. So, are you guys doing anything else over the next the next 2 days, I suppose it is, isn't it? Anything in particular? Let's just sort of speed it along a little bit.
I mean,
What are you
I'm
guys doing
picking
for 2 days? Anything in particular beyond sort of existing, checking things?
I'm picking up my EVA suit.
Yes, your EVA suit is ready.
I'm also gonna print out 6 badges,
Okay, yep.
and
Could
I'm
do
also
that.
gonna print out one basically family emblem for myself as well.
Okay, cool. That will cost you 5 marks each. So
7 total.
7 by 5
Yeah.
is fucking maths, but that not much.
35.
35. Thank you. Yeah, I did the maths in my head
No
there.
problem.
You heard my internal voice yelling at you.
So yeah.
Thank you.
And
Definitely.
then I'm
the
gonna
GM's
give out
internal voice.
the badges to Cassandra, Ray, Seraph, and then put one on my own EVA suit.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you sort of peel them off, stick them on, and they just kind of stick, and then you peel off the other side, and it's permanent. A bit weird.
I'm gonna continue working with Seraph, or work on Seraph. I don't know if
Yeah.
Seraph is going to help me.
I am going to help you. I'm going to also point out the thing that about the dev kits and stuff that could potentially help us.
I thought we already had that. But... if I need to roll for it, then I will.
You, I believe, did actually already do that. You did.
Okay.
In particular, yeah.
So,
Seraph doesn't have the sort of digital,
don't
what do you
know.
call it? Yeah, he's not as digitally
Yeah.
savvy as you are.
So, I'm basically gonna just continue finish with that work.
Yeah, okay, so, I believe
Because-
you can pretty much finish, oh god,
Yeah,
you
we
finished
could
most of that
fin-
in time, right?
Yeah, finish in 2 days.
Yeah,
We
okay,
need 2 extra days. So
yes, and yeah. So, you guys, do indeed finish your work.
how many thrusters does it take?
I believe you needed all of them for this.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah. You're not going to have as many as you'd want. You're going to be subpar. You want, what's it? 3. Yeah, you're going to want 12.
Yeah, we have 6.
How many?
We had 6.
You've
So.
got 6, so you can get it working at sort of 50% at this point. At this point, it becomes, having done most of the hard work, adding more isn't going to be particularly difficult at this point. At least adding those extra 6 will not be too much difficulty.
Yeah.
They will make it better, but you're going to be a little. Essentially, the thrusters are just going to be a bit weak to start with.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna. I think we have one more day on repairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 days.
And on the last day, I'm gonna basically start working on doing the similar to my suit. Basically, prepping it for adding a thruster pack.
Thruster packs are literally a thing you can buy for an EVA suit.
I know, but I want to make it myself.
Okay.
I mean,
the
didn't we also
modular
deconstruct-
stuff is all there for you.
Okay, so
On the
already-
suit itself, so you'll have to actually just get the thruster pack itself. Thruster
Okay.
packs are a little different to what Seraph's got. Seraph's is more built in. It's a little bit more, it's a bit more. It's not just a jetpack that will give you the ability to basically fly around in 0G.
Yeah, no, that's basically what I want to do the similar to what we did to Seraph's body.
Okay. You're gonna really need the thrusters and stuff before you can start actually figuring out how to do
that's
that.
fair.
So, yeah.
Didn't we also like try to deconstruct the thrusters? Couldn't he just recreate the thrusters that we already have?
You can certainly try. It will be very difficult. You don't have the facilities on board really to do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Do we have any neodymium magnets or anything? Like basically, I wanted
Probably
to
not.
try to. Yeah, I'm basically want to try to make mag boots, like homemade mag boots.
Mag boots are not that. Mag boots are electromagnets.
Yeah, no, yeah, but you usually have a. Yeah, I'll just some copper. I assume that we have that.
Yeah. Mag boots are that you basically take and then build special boots. So I guess you just take the boots off and modify them. Go ahead and make
Just put like wires in the soles.
sort of. Well, obviously they need to be strong enough to be able to hold you. Mag boots can hold you upside down, but of course you then have to be able to remove your feet, which means they have controls on them. They're relatively delicate. So go ahead and make a, I would say, engineering check.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a chance if you fail, I will say, that you will ruin the boots though. You have to go buy more. Not ruin the suit, just the boots, but yeah.
Yeah.
But you can certainly try. 16 will do it. They're not particularly that difficult to make. They're not elegant. They sure look ugly, but
Yep.
you can sort of rig together some mag boots if you would like, without a huge amount of difficulty.
Do they need batteries and shit like that?
They essentially you charge them at the ship, but the battery life in them is pretty good. They'll sort of be fine.
Yeah, fair enough. I just wanted to add an air that was basically the battery.
Not really.
No.
No, not really. You could probably make it into a fuel tank when you put a thruster tank on it.
Yeah. Probably what I'm gonna do.
Or an RCS
Cool.
pack or whatever.
Yeah, that's my.
Alright, that's you. Malik, Mia, Ray, Liz. Hey, pay attention. Malik, it's Maya. I keep fucking saying Mia. Malik, Maya, Ray, Liz, Seraph. I get the feeling you're being operated on for 2 days, and then you've got another day. But what's everyone else doing for the rest of the days?
Flight sim, like cleaning weapons.
Okay, training,
called?
looking after your gear and
Like
stuff.
maintenance weapons, yeah.
Yeah.
Maintenance.
All right. Okay. Maya, Malik.
Malik is, yeah, I mean, he's approaching Charlissandra at one point and is asking, so what are we gonna do after the ship is repaired? Do we have any plans already?
I don't believe so, yeah. We still have to find out more with these hard drives we got. And, Well, after that, I suppose we should find some new works.
Oh, so the hard drive thing isn't finished yet.
Not yet.
So what are our next steps there?
I'm not sure about that. I think both names, Ray and not Gable.
Seraph.
Seraph.
Seraph, yes, thank you. Both Ray and Seraph were trying to contact some people.
Ray
Oh,
did
okay.
contact some people. You got the data off the drives.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, what did we have to find out again? Fuck.
Should I tell you?
Mm-hmm.
We found out there are things called Savan, which basically translates to drone.
Mm-hmm.
These are like ancient creatures that were found on the home planet of the Dulak called 12. And they are fossil-like creatures. They seem to be dead, but they weren't dead. And they were like professors or some dudes were like trying to figure out what they are on the station we were on. We fought on this station. They tried to find out what these things are. Then one after another, the profs got killed, and then they just shut down everything because it was too dangerous to continue. And basically everyone died.
Ah, yeah. Thank you.
Are you telling that Rick or is Ray telling that Charlissandra?
I'm telling that Rick.
Okay.
Forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
And Charlissandra will relate that roughly to Malik.
This is our captain, folks.
Oh, okay, then
Oh,
I also...
Joseph.
Am I ever hear that conversation?
Depends. Do you want to be in that conversation?
I mean,
Ah.
yes, because I could have told that to in that case.
Oh, then sure, yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have told that to Malik. That's what we found out, and that's what was on the hard drives, and now we try to find more information about these creatures because that's what our employee wants us to do.
Okay.
Employee is
sorry.
you.
Yeah, sorry, employer wants us to do.
Oh, okay. That sounds tough. Do we know what we do when, or do you know what you do when you don't find anything out? Find out anything?
Sorry.
Okay, I'm not there. Never mind.
Like, we don't have any, like, as far as we know, we don't have any leads to go on.
Yeah.
Besides the drives.
I mean, we
The
want
drives
to
are
go
already
back.
figured out. We already found out everything on the drives.
Oh,
Suggest-
okay.
Yeah.
We could also go back to the other station we were on. The one in the ring world.
Yeah, Ringworld 1.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure if there is something because we weren't in these other rooms.
Wasn't on Ring 1.
Wasn't it?
The station was in the system that you're in currently, Venzai Car.
Yeah.
On Ring 1 is where you guys found the coordinates for the station. In
Yeah.
that place in the middle of the ring world, deep underground.
Yeah, there probably is.
Beneath bedrock.
But as far as I know,
Mhm.
like, we figured out everything on the station. There's
Yeah.
nothing more on the station. It's a dead station that is floating around, and we took all the hard drives, and we basically have cracked what we have all the documentation on what was on the hard drives. So I don't think there's anything on that station, dead station. The only thing we can look into is kind of figuring out where some of the doctors are, if we have any names. I don't think we do. I think the only lead that the only thing that we haven't figured out was what the fuck was in the quarantine zones on Ring World 1. Go around there a bit more. Anything else than that, I don't know. Like, we could try to locate some of the doctors or some of the people that were on the station, but I don't think they would still be alive. So I don't know where we are going.
The station did look to be sort of pre-alliance, or
Yeah.
you know, that era at least. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it it operated into like for like like a couple hundred years ago, all the way up there. Like it was built pre-alliance, but was then operated under while alliance kind of rose up and kind of
Well, the
became
Alliance rose up not to a few hundred years ago. The Alliance has been going for 150,000 years. It's
Yeah.
been...
I don't know how the
Your
doctors are
your
probably
records
not
are
alive,
conclusive, but
right?
yeah, it seems like
It would be very unlikely, so it's
a
kind
very
of
long time
pointless.
ago, yeah.
So, unless we can go into like, hey, old lucky government shit and try to fucking do infiltration and try to see if we can find any fucking documents around about the station or about what happened to the creatures, which is going to be extremely dangerous and potentially not very effective because even the fucking the highest up government people didn't know about the station, like chancellor or whatever, like the president didn't know about the station and didn't know what was going on there. So yeah, so trying to find more documents about this thing is going to be fucking hard. So I don't know where are you guys thinking we should go, what we think we should do, because as far as I can see we don't have any more lead.
Good question. Has anyone checked the HoloNet anytime?
No.
Laura probably has, but yeah.
I think Sarah jumped in on the whole net with like doing the Linux shit.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Seraph.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was the first day. Never mind. Has anyone checked it on the second or third day?
As I said, Maya's probably been checking it a wee bit. But
Okay.
had nothing to do. But I think, yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting fucking bugged by people at uni. So, you discover on the 25th of Callium, that's day 2, that quite late in the day, the HoloNet kind of blows up, talking about reports of ships just shutting down all throughout space. Which is why we need to go back to the galactic map. All throughout quite a large sector of space. In the area down here. Yes.
I don't see a map.
Where?
We've seen
Oh
the
my
map.
god.
Shit, I forget. You have to move players separately.
Down
So-
here?
You're up here. This whole area of space, this about 20,000 light year radius, just this whole area here. Point Memorial to Deep Sec 1, this kind of region here. There is massive infrastructure disruptions as ships all across the sector just begin shutting down without warning. About a third of all shipping just immediately just switches off. And there is absolute pandemonium in the region. The 26th of Callium, the last day that you're in dock, just serves to confirm this. As you learn that chaos begins to ensue in this area.
Yeah.
Is this... Right. Is Maya gonna tell us about this?
Does any of you talk to Maya?
The question
That's
is, does
the-
Maya talk to anyone besides
the thing.
Malik?
Yeah, possibly. Like, she just basically go, well, fuck. Anyone in the cafeteria at the same time?
That's
Probably.
the thing. On the first day, Yargon,
Mm-hmm.
could Ray basically bake like a traditional cake she like had when she was a kid? Like, could she bake that and then could she do that? Could she do that first?
Yes, probably.
and then like send a message to everyone like, hey guys, I kind of baked something for everyone, and I it's something I always had as a kid, and I wanted to share it with you. So if you want, there's cake in the cafeteria.
I tell you
Something
what,
like that.
to stop time skipping, we'll call this day 2, and then this sort of happens pretty much as the same time. And you'll send this message at pretty much the same time as Maya's like, oh, everything's exploding.
Is the message, is Ray's message, like, are Malik and Maya getting the
The
message
whole
this time?
crew, yes. the whole
Okay,
crew.
good.
Okay. Yeah, Maya will just sort of wander in and take a slice of cake and sit down. Once another couple of people appear, looking at holonet, goes, ships are turning off.
What?
And I'm just sort of starting the holonet.
Yeah. You sort of like put the tablet, because the data slate's tablet, put the tablet on the desk, and it just projects the articles up in front of you in 3D.
Just
And yeah,
Yeah.
Like-
Critical engineering's not having a good time.
you
Oh
look
my
through,
God.
and it seems
I thought it was.
yeah, it is. Hey man, we're running campaigns that are concurrent. This is going to happen
Yeah.
when large events like that happen. So what it looks like is there is reports, at least to start with, from all sorts of different news articles, and there's so many news stations. Who knows which ones are trustworthy? So there's like she's brought up like 6 or 7 different reports here, different news articles, and you're seeing like little beeps at the bottom of the not beeps but little notifications as more and more and more results are being added to the search, of more and more articles popping up about this, as it seems in that region, huge swaths of just ships have just shot down.
Would
And quite quickly it gets isolated that it seems to be particularly critical engineering ships that are shutting down. Which is great, because critical engineering, like, massive infrastructure and stuff.
how likely is it that it has something to do with us?
Nothing. But that's metagaming, so maybe.
With what you're doing, who knows?
No, this is kind of Kit saying it out
okay.
loud, like
Oh,
asking
sorry.
a hypothetical question out to everyone.
Yargon question.
Yes.
How did the professors die again? Did they have a disease?
No, they killed themselves. They shot themselves in the face.
Oh yeah, okay, they shot some.
The 3 that were recorded of dying shot themselves in the face. The other ones, you don't have records for.
Can we search
They are
up?
coming, I believe, was the last message or something like that.
Can we search up who these particular doctors were that shot themselves in the face? And if they have any associates?
I won't even let you roll. You find absolutely nothing on them.
Okay,
They're non-people.
they're not people.
They've been unpeopled. You're not going to find results on them.
Do we know the overlying research facility that's essentially running the whole thing? Or I guess we don't know that either. No. Yeah, I think.
So do we want to go check it out after we get this ship prepared? There's money to be made, at least.
Sure. Don't you dare laugh.
That's the exact same thing I said in Lewis's game.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Maybe. Might be worth looking at, but let's try to focus on trying to see whether we can find a lead out of something.
Well, like the doctors are dead. We don't have names. They're non-people. The only that, as far as I can see, fucking bring World 1. Go back there, see what the fuck the quarantine zone is.
I mean, that might be worth looking at. This is Ring World, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that might be worth looking at. And I remember there were also 2 ships there, or
No,
1 ship
there was-
there.
There was a
Plenty
fleet
of
of ships.
No, where was it that we parked somewhere?
Yeah, that's there.
There
was
And
a
there was
fleet
a
of ships.
fleet.
It was a
We-
fleet. I
yeah.
only
Yeah, and we checked one of them. We couldn't get into them, and they are old tech.
old
They
time.
seem to be old Terran, but they claim to be from old Draconic ships, but seem to be from before the Dragons developed spaceflight.
It might be worth going back and trying to see if we can, instead of digitally try to get into it, to physically get into it. If you catch my meaning, Kit.
I mean, yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. You know.
The problem is, I don't speak Old Draconic. I don't think anyone here does, as far as I know.
Well, we seem to
So-
have someone who can potentially translate it. So, not us, but a associate of. I'm gonna point towards Rai.
Right.
So we could
Like,
potentially
Stick
No.
through things through Google Translate, but you didn't have HoloNet connection down there.
Yeah, but we
You're
could still
100
record it.
Yeah, that you could do, but yeah, you're 150 miles under the rock, so you can't, record
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Thing is, yeah, it's going to be a bitch to do, and I don't think. I mean, yeah, there's some money in that. We might be able to sell it off if we get onto it.
Yeah.
Take it as our own.
There might be other clues other than just information, like, I don't know, files and that sort of thing, that we can take onto the ship again.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of a dead end, but yeah, we can go there.
I mean, it's better than nothing, to be honest, but yeah.
Yeah. The thing is also, they are coming, and they were seriously mysterious, and there were probes or drones. I don't know.
I hope there are no probes.
I mean,
God.
I kind of want to check out what the fuck is going on in Deep Space One, Deep Tech One.
Sure.
But yeah, it's also far more dangerous. So
Yeah, it's kind of at the edge, and I believe that place is kind of mostly undiscovered.
I will point out, that's like a couple months travel away.
Quick
Okay.
question:
Get
Why?
down there.
Why would we want to go there exactly? I mean,
By the way, what's the manufacturer of?
Your ship is a Valkyrie-class destroyer, so it's Alliance Armory.
The reason why we would want to go there is because it seems like the only thing that's happening right now that we could essentially associate somewhat with crazy shit.
and this is probably some sort of attack from some creature that we don't know about. Probably, like, if I don't know if you saw the fucking video a couple of years ago, something like that.
Almost precisely 1 year ago. A few days off.
Yeah, that's what I said about 1 year ago. So, I mean, might have something to do with that, and there are mysterious stuff that we don't know about, and the stuff that we are doing was mysterious stuff that no one knows about.
2 days
Yeah.
off, to be precise.
That camera?
That's why I'm kind of tempted to go there. But
You fucker.
But it is a long journey, and we can check out Deep Space 1 first. Or, no, not Deep Space, Ringworld 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else have any better ideas.
Yeah. Does anyone want to chip in?
I think that sounds like a good plan. I personally don't have anything better.
By the way, can Maya look into see at least what caused this ship outage thing?
No one has any clue yet.
No one got any idea. Alright.
No. Yeah, sort of. There's no reports around
I do,
what. It's just. Yeah, there's no reports around what's going on. There's just well, why it's going on. There's absolute chaos in the region.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's day 2. Day 3 rolls around.
Yargon?
Oh yes, hello.
Since like could Malik keep an eye on the news like in the other languages, because that's like outer rim, the outest rim. So
Sure. So you're going to keep an eye on it in the natively in the other languages, because you speak all the forms of Frontish, right?
yes.
Yeah. So okay, yeah, you can keep an eye on it in Frontish. Similar things. You do see speculation from all sorts of people all across the galaxy. There's thousands and thousands of opinions, and there's none that stand out above the rest.
I imagine the hashtags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're kind of mental.
At that
What's the most interesting theories that they've got? Just quickly, I want to know.
Well, there is a theory that the Techni have gotten into some of the servers for for critical engineering, and they've just turned off all the computer systems for the ships. And through that, and they're doing this as a bit of a test run, and in a couple of days we'll see them turn off all of the ships across the galaxy. Quickly debunked by the fact that there's no central computers for critical engineering ships. There's a couple of theories around faction-based sabotage, that one of the factions is sabotaging the other, namely that Faction 3 is sabotaging Faction 7. Which, that's probably the most plausible of the theories. Not that factions really tend to sabotage each other like that, that's kind of new.
Like, this is a bit extreme for.
Well, they don't sort of
imagine.
do any kind of acts of war most of the time, and this is kind of an act. That would be kind of an act of war.
Yeah. This is like starting off this large amount of ships is sort of fucking hell.
Yeah, it's sort of a bit extreme. So yeah, there's a couple of theories about stuff like that. There's obviously you've got all of the nut jobs been like, oh, it's the aliens. Oh no, they've come to get us, and you know. At least they're seen as nut jobs. And you've also got the, oh no, it's, you know...
A prank.
It's just a prank, bro.
Malik is reading quite interested an article about how it's definitely a prank.
Yeah, one guy swears he could see, he saw it in the like screen when he pinged someone, it came up in the static, and he's put it through like 7 filters, and it's kind of looks like it's just a prank, bro, if you like squint at it right, and an ad bro on the end.
When
He's
you
like,
decrypts the sound, it says John Lennon is dead.
It's like if you squint at it just right, it's that Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah, I was about to make the same joke. Fuck. God damn it.
Anyways.
Yeah, sorry.
Also, wait.
Relevant meme culture that'll die down by next session aside.
Well, mine wasn't relevant at all. Oh, no, wait, relevant. I'm confusing relevant and recent. Never mind.
But yeah, so there's quite a lot of just theories and ideas sort of around the place. Yeah. So, that's... Clickety-clackety, Lewis is typing. And doesn't know how to mute himself.
Oh, sorry.
big yikes.
Lewis, have you considered getting a touch keyboard?
Yes.
So-
Right.
That is day 2.
Yeah.
Day 3 rolls around.
Everyone dies, rockfall.
Numbers start rolling in across the news of the death toll in the area of just ships obviously shutting down and the chaos that's causing. It's big.
Yeah, I'm saying.
There's also reports now of opportunists attacking stations that relied heavily on critical engineering ships for defense and piracy, but running rampant just all across the area. Other than that, the galaxy continues onwards at
Is
large.
critical engineering.
Critical engineering haven't released a statement.
No, is that a company?
Yeah, sorry, it's one of the mega corporations.
Okay.
Fuck.
Do we know where they originated and kind of what are the
Their
connections?
headquarters are on Bringworld 13.
Okay.
They are.
Do they
one
have
of-
any
they're one of the megacorps. They serve all across the galaxy. They're pretty omniscient throughout Omnia.
Do we have any? Do they have any connection to Vendakar or the station that we were on, or anything like that?
No, but they've probably got an outlet or something here. You could probably talk to someone from who works there. They probably have. Yeah, they will have an office here due to the fact they've got ship repair facilities, and so you'll be.
Yeah, no, I mean the station that we went to.
Oh, sorry, the small one, the tiny one.
Yeah, the hard drive. Yeah.
No, nothing. Critical engineering weren't founded when that station was.
Okay.
Judging by the records you're looking at, yeah.
Do they have any connection with any Black Ops shit? Any rumors like that?
Rumors, yes. Nothing particularly with any backing to it, though.
Okay.
But if MK Ultra's taught us anything, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. But your lives continue unhindered by the chaos. As your repairs are finished up around midday, and the repair guys, you know, they come in, they sort of let you know, they're like, hey, repairs are done. You guys, you've got the rest of the day to clear docks, but we need you out of here by 9 AM tomorrow. Ship station time, yada yada, you know, take the payment and everything. Your ship's integrity is restored to full.
I'll gladly take the payment.
They take the payment,
No.
As
I said.
I'm gonna take a basically look around the ship in the CRG environment.
Okay.
Probably gonna walk with my mag boots.
Yeah, you can walk with
Try
the
the
mag
maps.
boots on the outside. It's slightly slower than if they were like proper mag boots because
They're homemade as shit.
yeah, they're kind of shit, but they work. And like not enough to actually impact your speed, but it's slightly janky as you wander around the outside the station, outside the ship, and you know, given it your engineer's inspection, it does seem to be quite a good job. This is what they do for a living. They seem to be capable of doing it. The ship seems to have been reskinned, and it's the only thing it's missing at the moment is a paint job.
Damn.
Oh,
So just what color is it now?
Currently, it's just grey. It's got a grey like finishing paint on it, but usually people will paint over that and make it interesting. But yeah.
Yeah, we can do it later.
Do we have some paint in the ship, small amounts?
Small amounts, but not the kind of enough you're going to need to paint a ship like this.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna on the top of it, or the side of it, beside the docking port. I'm gonna draw the paint in the ship symbol, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I'd say you could do that. So you're doing that just sort of on top of the bridge, essentially, not the bridge, the obs deck.
Yeah, kind of as you're
it's a
walking
bridge,
in. If you would walk in, as you walk in, you see it on the outside.
Oh, okay, so by the docking port,
Yes,
right?
on the side.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, next to that.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna make it also on the other side. Try to line it up.
You could paint it around the docking port, so you're in the center of that blue diamond.
Yeah,
Is where the
okay,
docking
why
port
not?
is if you want to make it a bit big.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you can take a couple hours and do that if you want. With your mag boots and with the fact that there's atmosphere here and everything, it's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your guys' plan? Kit finishes up, puts finishing touches on the paint job, and then what?
I'll probably go to the Ring World 1.
Yeah.
Just want to head to Ring 1. Okay. So, it's going to be a couple days travel to get there.
How many days?
Give me fucking questions like that. 10... Oh, it's going to take you a week. It's going to take... No, it's
Do
not.
we have
So,
enough
5
fuel
days?
to go there and back?
Do you have what?
Enough fuel units. Do we have enough to go there?
Yeah, you'll have enough to get there and back.
Okay.
This is when you. Okay, so 6 days or 7 days?
No, it's gonna take you about 10 days, I'll say, to get there.
Okay.
With the 10,000 light years. About 1,000 light years in a day, and it's gonna take you about over 1,000 light years. It's gonna take you, because your ship is designed for this. It's gonna take you about 5 units of fuel for 8,000 light years. Sorry.
Okay. And that's changed. I'm gonna. Well, fucking dicking around on the flight there, I'm gonna basically keep an eye on. I'm gonna basically go over the ship on the interior of the ship, basically where I saw people touching and where people were fixing. I just kind of double check that they aren't planted in the bugs, and basically I'm being a suspicious asshole.
Okay. All right. So, you guys are. So you're going to do that. The rest of you have 10 days. Is there anything you guys want to do in the first day or two of that travel, in particular?
Has my body been fixed?
Yeah, your body is now usable.
I'm going to do some like small testing.
Okay. It's sort of just about enough to lift you up. You've got barely any acceleration upwards. You can kind of float around. It's going to take some getting used to. It's not perfect, but it does work. In 0G or something like that, it's definitely going to give you an edge.
Are there any thrusters near my hand?
No, so you'd have, because you've got 6, right?
Yes.
So you have, what do you call them? 2 on basically where the elbows are, kind of built into the joint of the elbow itself. Then you've got 2 pretty much sort of on the back of the, where the shoulder blades would be, and then 2 lower down by where the hips are.
I'm gonna go to one of the, I assume like the hull or whatever, where we can do the hologram thing. Is that something we have?
Cargo bay.
Cargo bay.
Yeah.
Do we have the hologram thing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Not
essentially.
Sorry, hangar bay. But yes.
Yeah, hangar bay. Yeah.
I was about to say.
I'm gonna spawn in like a dummy, and I'm gonna try to use a martial strike.
Okay, go ahead and make him a... Shit, go and make a martial strike attack.
With my thruster as well. I know that there's no rules for it yet, but yeah.
Go for it.
Second martial strike. You are a basic martial. You deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage. So I just first make an attack roll anyways.
Yeah.
What's the attack roll for? Is it agility?
Yes. Yeah, this is agility.
Right. My agility is 3. Did that come through?
Yeah, sorry. That is a critical 16. Okay. So yeah, you kind of just like slam your fist into this thing, and you try and sort of like
Please, I want to sweep. I'm an idiot.
works mumbling. You try and like put the pair of the thrusters behind it and use it, and you kind of like spin yourself, almost missing actually. So you take a sort of a penalty to hit to try and do this, but it does seem to impact with more of a strike than you were expecting. But it kind of just like spins you, and you have to like steady yourself, nearly falling over, as you try and like thrust like harder with your shoulder and like the hip going the other way and stuff. As you push into the movement, it's a bit, you know.
Can I try again? And I'm going to use the opposite thruster to try to counteract the spin.
Well, the spin is how you're pushing it, because it's a sort of arcing motion, right? And all you're doing is you're speeding up that arcing motion by adding little pushes along the way with your thrusters. So counteracting that is just going to kind of launch you towards it.
Which wouldn't be too bad.
No, that would just face plant you into the target.
Would it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because to counter that, you'd either just be slowing down your own fist, or if you're using the opposite side, you'd be then pushing that forward as well, which would stop that spin, but it would send you flying forward. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
You're pushing on one side of something, and it's causing it to spin, but it's also causing that side to move faster. If you pushed on the other side to stop it spinning, you'd push the whole thing forward, which would push you into the target. And if you didn't push on it, then you wouldn't be easily pushed.
Yeah, I see what
You
mean.
get me? Yeah. So it's just going to take some getting used to, and
Yeah.
sort of going to have to. You're going to have to change your fighting style a bit. It's going to take a bit of getting used to. It's something that will take some doing. But just by how you kind of embed your fist into this hologram, you just pull it out, and you're like, yeah, that definitely impacted a lot harder than normal. It definitely got the potential to do what you want.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm gonna essentially be spending the rest of the 10 days practicing.
Okay. Sure. What's everyone else doing? Kit, you're examining the system. Systems on the ship.
First couple of days, yeah.
Maya, Malik, or anything you guys doing? Just the first couple of days.
I guess Malik is asking Ray to practice some Duolingo again.
Oh, okay. Is
Ray,
gonna-
Ray would be a bit confused, but would agree. And I guess then they would learn the language.
Sure.
Like for the first 2 days or so, you said?
Yeah, just the first few days.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Malik, you were also keeping an eye on the. Well, both Malik and I, you both guys were both keeping an eye on the HoloNet, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
After a day and a half's travel, a video begins to circulate, very quickly spreading rumors of the same thing that you guys are looking at, this event of all these ships shutting down. Which at this point, Critical Engineering have released a they've released a statement that they have absolutely no idea what the hell's happened, and they are looking into it. We have no idea what's gone wrong. We're looking into it.
Deutsche Bahn.
Critical Engineering are also beginning to claim that these might not be ships they made. They might be fakes, which is not unheard of. Fake whatever ships are common throughout the galaxy. But rumors have been going around saying that a lot of one of the higher ups said in a sort of off-camera meeting, these were fakes. Whether that's true or not, who fucking knows? But that's been circulated. But as you're keeping an eye on this situation that's beginning to evolve, a video begins to circulate of something appearing in space.
Lewis.
Sorry.
It's
Finishing my custard.
very disturbingly familiar to Lexi. Not to Lexi, because she's dead. It is very disturbingly familiar to Charlissandra. It's an object that seems to be pyramidal in structure and shape, but organic in build. It's a sort of sickly green with these yellow kind of blobs across it. It seems to have a sort of almost bone-like protrusion from the front, with this kind of carapace or skin taut between these long, spiny sort of ridges that keep it in place, and long claws at the end of each of these ridges. And a sort of sickly green trail of flame from the back. It sort of appears out of nowhere, as if it had appeared from hyperspace, by the look of things. Actually, yes, you would see the hyperspace ring. It appears from hyperspace, and it begins to sort of drift. before it begins spraying this yellow liquid from a number of tiny, like fissures or like almost cracks in these these sort of yellow, like almost pus-filled sacks is what they look like. It begins spraying them around, creating this cloud. You hear a sort of cursing in Frontish 3, and quite quickly the video cuts out. Attached is the note that no contact has been made with the people from where this video came from. This video was sent, but they lost contact with them. No one can get in contact with them. It's happening.
Do you have a general idea where that video came from?
This kind of region here.
That region there. Okay.
Oh wait, where?
Down here.
Bearish.
Oh, damn.
Within the hour, and I do mean within the hour, 3 more videos begin to circulate, showing similar things, each from different perspectives, each seeming to be different, whatever these things are, that the sacks on them are different. They seem relatively unique. Similar videos begin to circulate.
Can I send the videos to just effectively a group chat to everyone?
Yeah.
This is a thing!
Question.
Yeah.
The 3 videos that come out after some time and even more time and even more time. Exactly what positions do the ships have where the videos come from in order of time? So, like, what general direction does this
Yeah,
thing...
basically plotting the route.
Yeah, exactly.
They seem to be different ships. One appears in sort of this sort of area, one appears in this sort of area, and then one appears in this sort of area. They're kind of dotted relatively randomly, because not only do these 4 come in, but by the end of the day, there's 1,000 such incidents already videoed, filmed, or pictured. And the ships are not just these small things anymore. By the end of the day, a huge, almost cruiser-sized thing has been seen. This giant organic thing has
Where was
been
that
seen.
spotted?
It's in a system. It's in a digit system down this way. It was seen by someone flying an ACS ship, who managed to escape, despite the fact it did attempt to attack him.
So in this general region.
Yes, in that sort of region.
And they are triangular, green, and huge.
Some of no, the triangular green and maybe 50 meters in length. There are other ships. That's just one design. There are more, lots more, and they seem to really range all sorts of sizes.
They're organic?
They seem to be organic.
Mm.
Only the small ones seem to be greenish. The rest of them seem to be a much more a sort of brown colour. Browny, orangey colour.
And small.
The small ones are green. The big ones, not so much. The bigger ones reach much larger sizes. It's not confirmed, but a few hundred meters. Maybe up towards up towards a kilometre. They're big. Really big. They seem to have this... The largest one which you see seems to be this sort of kind of organic shape. It's kind of like the front kind of comes down towards a almost an insectoid face at the front, with these sort of like sacs of like flesh and like innards behind that seem to have all these like legs clawed around them. They have these other smaller things kind of just clamped onto the outside of it. These small ones you've been seeing, almost as if it's carrying them. It seems to have, as it comes back in towards this long tail, it seems to have spines and strange protrusions that you could only guess at the function of all across it. Glowing sacs of this sort of pussy yellow liquid all dot the sort of softer underbelly of this thing.
Has there been any reports of anything around Ringworld 2 or Port?
No.
More? Nothing.
Nothing in that area.
No strange, like no strange occurrences in there. There's contacts and everything is fine. Kind of.
They seem to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but Ringworld 2, Ringworld 2 seems a bit spooked because everyone in Ringworld 2 is like, ha, pirates, alien bugs,
Yeah.
pirates, alien bugs, and they're not having a great time. But Ringworld 1's kind of in a similar situation of like alien robots, alien bugs. Although it's close towards 3, I suppose, up with the Tech 9. But yeah,
Yeah. Capital Spire and Phoenix Car as well.
Enzo Car, yeah.
Sorry.
There's quite a few big things there.
Yes.
Like,
Is there some kind of like? Wait. So the videos are from ships.
Yes, they seem to be from the sensors of ships. A lot of the time, the videos cut out before whatever this yellow stuff is makes contact. The one ACS pilot who posts about this on one of the forums, on the HoloNet, he posts about it on one of the ACS forums, Star Hoppers, there you go. And he's got, he gives a full spec layout of a ship and shows the video, and it like tells what cameras it's from and everything. And he says that, you know, he experienced this sort of this huge drop in energy in his ship's systems, which something was just draining power out of his ships. It's like they put a hole in his battery, in his fuel tank or whatever, and he was just losing power, and he managed to get away before whatever it was drained him to 0. But it tried, whatever this thing was, it tried to drain the power directly out of his ship. Or at least that's what he experienced.
Is there any kind of pattern that a specific kind of ship were
No.
targeted, or
It seems to
any
be just anything and everything.
swear words from only one language?
Yeah, frontish. And a bit in Aegon as well. Denari seems to be exclusively ignored, but that's just because there's nobody speaking Denari in these areas,
Yeah.
really. It's not used. But yeah,
So
no
everybody
language
in the
barrier.
area,
Everybody in the
everybody
area,
in
seems
the
to be
area is
suddenly
affected.
experiencing them. Yes.
I'm guessing there's quite a few like city planets and like big systems that have been attacked as well. Or just empty
No.
systems.
No, nobody's been attacked in systems. They've been attacked in warp. They've been attacked in hyperspace, which is interesting. But they haven't been. No one's so far been attacked in system.
Okay, so no stations have been attacked or
No,
anything.
stations haven't been attacked. No.
Okay.
But these things suddenly pop up. And they look very familiar to Charlissandra.
Yeah.
I assume relatively to us as well. Because, hey, we've seen the video.
Yeah, you saw the
Yes.
video these guys made, so yeah, looks familiar to you guys.
And we also know that they made it, so...
Yes.
Yeah. So what the fuck are we doing with this? Seems like they are kind of all around us.
Does sort
Do you
of
guys wanna...
seem that way.
Well, I mean, this is further enforcing the fact that we should probably be checking that out as soon as we're done with Ringworld 1. If you guys want to prioritize this over Ringworld 1, then I don't see why not.
Nope.
I kind of want to, but I don't see how we can really do that.
Yeah, and also I don't like the idea that it's draining energy. From what I remember, I might just knock out during this, and I don't like this idea. And I'm sure Malik might face something similar.
You know, what about we just ignore that and fly into the complete different direction?
Well, I mean, it's not okay.
Like
I mean, it
let's go to
doesn't-
Ringworld and then just
No,
disappear.
really. We need to go this direction. Going the opposite, it's gonna.
Okay, but
This is-
then can we then like go away?
If the leads turn that way, sure.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
God, we fucking.
Yeah, I feel like
Malik plots the destruction.
there's no
of
way
every
around
lead.
this thing.
Huh?
Malik plots the destruction of every lead that leads in the direction of this.
Cool.
They don't lead that
You
way.
mean Rye?
I do.
Also-
Sorry, I'm in Rye. I'm fucking
What's
dumb.
with...
I'm tired.
Right.
Right,
Yeah, what is
fine.
with me? Sorry.
No, I was just saying, because he says if the lead, you can leave if the leads lead the opposite direction, so you plot the destruction of every lead that leads towards them. Like,
That was
nope,
way too
they go away, let us leave.
Do we have chances of more leads in it?
Oh, we could try. I don't know if we can. So,
That's the quitter talk.
yes. Well,
I'm gonna start like prepping all my chemicals.
okay.
Chemical detonators, having at least half of the grenades that I have on me is now chemical detonators.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna store a couple of chem lights in on the bridge and basically.
You start prepping the ship to be drained of power.
Yeah. And if we can like grab a cup, like, can we have like basically our fuel in like take a small amount of fuel and basically put it out of the system and kind of have it be
Your fuel is just hydrogen.
yeah hydrogen, but yeah, can we kind of keep that in a bottle? Be like, hey, this is our emergency, not connected to anything, just kind of in the canister. Do we have shit like that?
You could probably put some into one of the cargo containers. You could fill it with some, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Sure.
take a small amount, basically
Cool.
enough to maybe like a couple of units worth, like 2-3 units worth.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so you put 3 units into a cargo container?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so as you guys sail through hyperspace, with this sort of new dilemma popping up, I think
Oh,
it's
no.
a relatively good place to end it here for today.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It is
Oh,
beginning
no.
to get a bit late. Yes, oh no indeed.
Oh,
You sound
no.
very Scottish when you say that.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no. My haggis.
But I
Oh,
think
nice.
it's a good place to end it for today, as chaos ensues. So,
And then
Oh, no.
we'll get back to this